All right, good night, good night, good night. Welcome to another episode of Our Purpose Pod. As you know, I am your host, The Voice, and definitely have a special show tonight. There might be some tears, there might be some sadness, but we're going to talk about the Olympics. We're going to break down the Olympics. Obviously, it hasn't been concluded as yet. We still have one more day, but for the Jamaicans, it is over. And as you see, it's a six medals there. It has ended with six medals, four in the field and two on the track, right? And then we're definitely going to go ahead. We are going to break it down and talk about the Jamaican track. But with me tonight, I do have Tio with me tonight, and I do have Charms as well. How you doing, Tio?
Well, you know, I'm fine, I'm fine. If you're talking from a Jamaica perspective,
Yeah.
not all the way so wonderful as my grandmother would say. If you're talking basketball, my guys got a gold medal. That's all I really cared about. So,
All right. Okay. We can't argue with that. And Charms, how you doing? How you doing, beautiful? How you doing?
Um, Not so good. Been a
Mm.
very what week and a half?
Uh-huh.
One. Um, and emotionally, but
All right. So let's get into it, right? Let's get into
yeah.
that. Listen, we can't start from any angle because obviously, this is a tough one for the Jamaicans. Only six medals. So we can talk about the good, which is the six medals, or we can talk about the bad, which is also the six medals. So you guys can tell me. But where I really want to start, right? Because I think this was the beginning of the end. The 100-meter for men. I think that was the one that would have set the tone in the Jamaican camp because again, everyone was expecting Kishian to win. Everyone is like the gold medal did put down for him. Like
They have
everybody,
him on oblique one, too.
all one, two, they must say. It's like the gold medal put down and a medal, either silver or bronze, put down for civil. And I feel like if for the Jamaicans, if it had started with you guys getting two medals with one being gold, I think it would have started up the train. Instead, unfortunately, Kishian got silver. I still think silver, first Olympics, get a silver medal. I still think it's a big feat. But again, it all depends on how you view it. So, Theo, I'm going to start with you. The 100 meters for men. What did you see? What did you see? What didn't you like? What do you think that Kishan could have done better? Or you think Noah just steal it?
You said you guys. What kind of shirt that you have on? What kind of jersey that you have on? You say you guys. You're conflicted.
Well, they give me the mantra say I'm American, so I'm American. Yeah.
No, but I will say this. Noah being, on the podium, well, the top of the podium actually. That the top of the podium was a surprise, but being on the podium
Uh-huh.
is not a surprise because Noah has shown himself to be a money runner. That
Uh-huh.
means that when the chips on the line
Uh-huh.
and you don't really expect because going in, people are like, yeah, he's supposed to win, but some people were like, based on how Oblique was running, Kishane was running, even Fred was running, you're like, hey, might miss a podium like this. So so I will, give kudos to him as hard as that is for some Jamaicans to do. The man showed up when it mattered most.
Uh-huh.
You have to
You have to
give
give
him
it
his credit there. You have to give him his
absolutely.
credit there. Uh for Kishane, like you said, first major international tournament, um, got a silver medal. You have to give him credit for that because a lot of times guys will show up and they fade by the semis or they in the finals and then they just fall apart for whatever reason, be it injuries or them just start do everything all, especially in the over 100 meters where it's like so much going on. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you're like, okay, your brain just goes haywire and then just kind of shut down and don't perform your best.
Yes.
But to get silver, especially by the skin of his teeth, I think from that viewpoint, like I said, first time, etc., you have to give him his credit. What went wrong for him, is something that he himself said, which is, I think is a good thing. The fact he's cognizant of it.
Yeah.
was he was racing the line.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And you're racing the line. When you're racing the line and you're in a foot race, you start to go haywire, and that's what happened to him. Luckily, he didn't go too far left that he didn't get anything from it,
Mm-hmm.
but it went left just enough
Mm-hmm.
for him to miss out on goal. What, 0.005 seconds to miss out on goal?
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhere that he learned from, and more experienced people than ourselves, Justin Gatlin and Rodney Green, they did it for a living. I
Yep.
listened to their podcast a couple of days ago. And even before that, that was your concern. You're like, yeah, he's dropping these times, but he's shutting it down. And also he's not really getting competition. What's going to happen if he's in a foot race?
Yep.
Sadly, we saw what happens when he got into his first foot race.
Mm-hmm.
He's young. He just turned 23 last month. He learned from it. But, you know, it's one thing where you're used to 80 meters. You're used to 80 meters and shutting it down. No, you're trying to turn it on and your body isn't used to it. And once the body starts to fight you, there isn't really much you can do, especially within what? Under 10 seconds.
Yep.
By the time you blink, the 10 seconds gone. So that's what happened to him, Sorry to buck like a truck, so you'll learn from it, but and he's like we were talking about before, and Charms made the point that those kind of athletes who are very cognizant of where they went wrong and they verbalize it, they're the ones who are more likely to work on it and
Mm-hmm.
not make that mistake again, or even if the mistake comes up, it's like once in a blue moon kind of thing.
All
So
right.
so I think he'll work on it. He'll be just stay healthy, because that's been his issue in the past. Just hopefully keep that behind him. We'll see what he comes with next year with fire in his belly, with a bit of vengeance. But that aside, and most importantly, you got a medal in your first international tournament. Hats off to him for that. This quite literally, as cliche as it might sound, the sky is the limit for him.
Mm-hmm.
And looking forward to see what he does in the coming years.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So Charms, let me, because obviously, Tia said a lot there, and a lot of great things. Right. But obviously I was talking to you prior to the Olympics, right? And you were high. You were super high on Kishin, right? And rightly so. Right. But you were super high and you were like, listen, this guy is dragging 9.77. Listen, when he touch the Olympic track, it is going to be a massacre. Yeah, like there's no point in time where you even second, like he was for a second. Kishi ain't not gonna win.
Never, never.
You bet your house say Kishi ain't not gonna win the race.
There was
How, as a supporter, how do you feel that he didn't win? How do you feel?
oh gosh, heartbroken. Like heart. I thought even the worst part about it is seeing the race and thinking like at first glance and thinking he actually got it, and I'm like yes, and then because both of them stood there, Niles wasn't sure,
Uh
he
huh.
wasn't sure because I think he knew where he went wrong.
Uh
He
huh.
But even when Lyle said, he said to him, "Hey, bro, I think you got this," and he said he wasn't sure. He knew where he messed up. So it
Mm-hmm.
was just such a shocker for me. That was the hardest pill to swallow. I know, and I still stand by. He can do it, and he could have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's the perfect race, so to speak. So it really, yeah, that one was a hard blow. Trust me. Everything. I mean, this was a very rough Olympic, but that one for me was the
Uh-huh.
hardest one because that was a sure gold. That was a gold medal. That was a sure gold medal for me.
So let me ask you, do you think now? So the second part of the question, do you think that the fact that Kishin, because if you are bang pan Kishin, forget a goal. I can imagine because remember Steve Francis come out and what Steve Francis say. I wonder if Noah gimmicks is going to work on somebody who is much faster. Remember, a lot of persons were saying when Kishin is running up at the training ground, a defense have to stop him the way how him can't stop. He's coming like a Mack truck coming through, right? So, do you think the disappointment in Kishan in himself and also from the Jamaican team, do you think that kind of dampened the mood in the Jamaican camp?
I think so. I think so. A little, everybody going in there, fans and athletes alike. You have your you have tally, and you say, all right, this is where we're supposed to. 'Cause collectively, they're a team. So
Mhm.
it's okay. What are we taking home? This is what I think we're taking home this year. And so when seeing that race and how close it was, I think it kind of dampened spirits, especially oblique. Not because remember, I had 2 medals. It's not just one. It's
Yes,
one.
I remember.
For where oblique, I wasn't 100% sure where he would fall, but I was kind of tipping towards maybe the bronze. I mean silver because he really was doing well. So he was running not gold speed, but silver. So I had 2 medals, and I'm sure other people had 2 medals in there. Even watching, remember, the semis was between him and Noah,
Uh-huh.
and that semis with ease, looking over Noah. So I'm like, yeah, man, see there, gold and silver.
Done
Me
it, done it, done you know. Done it, done you know.
right, me see it then now. Me no want to get bronze. Me no see them at bronze, gold and silver is ours. So see up showing off in the race as we expected him to, and then Shane having to fight through a race, and the worst part is it's a race that he shouldn't. It shouldn't have been a fight. It should have been everybody else behind him. Because you jog a 977, that should have been too easy for you. Jogging a 977,
Is
everything
insane.
you have in life should have been on that track.
Yeah.
But
All
no,
right.
like you talking about it, you're upset again. You know, come there and say, yo, oh the man.
Exactly. And you got silver and gold in nine. Was it 7-9? Is it so? 7-7-9. No, you jog a 977, you get a silver medal in 979. I mean, I think he's disappointed in himself. I mean, we saw it. It's
Yeah.
obvious because you can go faster than that. It's not that we saw you at your, at your peak. No, nobody has ever seen him really run out every,
Uh-huh.
every single thing in a race. We're yet to see it. So to see him, yeah, it.
Another reason why I have to give Noah credit too. Man literally ran the race of his life to win.
Yeah,
Hey, hey, listen,
Quite literally, you look at the something, you see personal
Theo,
best.
Theo,
See, yeah,
Theo. Well, I mean for cutting, but
yeah.
this is a Jamaican subbing session. You know, I mentioned nothing about Noah. It's
Okay, all right.
all about the Jamaicans. It's a Jamaican
My
subbing
fault.
session.
Okay.
When,
But oblique. But when boy oblique, imagine that picture go haunt oblique, you know. Can you imagine you have the man must say, yo, look how the race goes and you see oblique, I grab it, man. I said, yeah, no, my son.
Mhm.
Feel it for my son. But like, no, it was to the point because when I was watching the race, I was like, all right, Kishane from what I was like, Curly gonna push him. So I started go down the line.
Yeah.
So I look on oblique and I say, yo, why oblique afraid? Then I see him start ball.
Mhm.
And then that's how I knew Noah won at first sight because my eyes was going like across this, like from left to right. And then we
But,
look on Noah and I say, yo, him winning. And I say,
but,
yo, but yeah,
but let me show you something to you. And
yeah,
Ryan, definitely, Ryan, welcome to the Jamaican subbing session.
yeah, that man,
This is where we sub about what happened in the Olympics. But what I can say quickly about the thing about oblique. If we'll be honest, oblique
Mhm.
no win, If oblique had pull up from 10 meters out, Noah, because if you watch Noah interview, Noah said, I use oblique as my marker to 50 meters. So once he knows him there with oblique at 50, then you know him tapping speed start kicking. Because if you see how they broke it down, at 50 meters, Noah was in seventh place at 50 meters. And then obviously, he makes his progression and the tapping speed start to come in. But again, back to the subbing session. Ryan, welcome, boss. So I'll give you
Yeah, man.
your time. I'm more you talk up, man. Nobody cry, man. Talk up.
I mean, this is like 2017 all over again, except that this is Olympic. This same Murphy's law, everything like could have go wrong. In
Uh-huh.
2017 happened here, so. So, I mean, what happened today was just a culmination of what was happening during the Olympics.
All right, so
Because
hold on there,
we have
Ryan. So
seen,
we'll break it down, because we're there at the 100 meter now. So do you have anything to say about the
oh
100?
yeah, man, I got me a lead. Me realize that this Sunday, so me a lead
Yeah.
right back to this one now. So from there, so is when the antics begin, because that was a race that was a Kishian race to win.
Yes.
However, we have not seen Kishian run at this level. We have not seen Kishian run fully at 100.
Yes.
And when I watch what Gatlin said the night before, I think it was the night before the race,
Yeah.
that Kishian muscle memory goes up to 80 meters.
Yep.
I start to say, right, you know, this brother have a point. And I was thinking it, but I never didn't want to think it.
Yeah.
But when him say it now, I start, so okay, you know, so this brother have a point.
Yeah.
Because after 80 meters, he normally shuts down. He does not run out. And his coach tell him not to do it. And I can understand why too, because, you know, he's a man where injury prone, and him basically just get used to track and get used to running rounds and all of those kind of things. This year was his first year in doing all of that. So when the bright lights of Paris came on, when not the bright lights, when the darkness of Paris came on, then the bright lights, that is when everybody get nervous, and who get nervous the least and who can react the best will be the man on the day. And I know you have heard me say this before, that for Noah to win that race, he has to dip under 9.8.
You have.
And he did dip under 9.8, as close to 9.8 as he could go, and that was enough to win the race.
Absolutely.
But again, just to add to that, it wasn't even just so with Kishane. As I said earlier, that race was supposed to be an easy race for him. It should not have been. The second and the third place would have been the ones to fight it out. He should have been far ahead based on how he's been running. So at the end of but fine, he found himself in that position because, you know, lack of experience. But experience won that race and not necessarily speed, so to speak. Because then, fine, you could see where he was bobbing, you could see where he was fighting, and he fought, and he got there first, nonetheless. But then here comes experience again, hitting in. You don't dip because he was when you look back at the replay, he's way ahead of Noah. If he had just bent just a little bit, he just needed to bend his back. Just like this, and there would be no question because he was already there. All he needed to do. So, because even Noah, he said, "Oh, I dipped, but I wasn't sure if I got it." It just shows you experience, knowing that this was a very close race. So my only chance of winning is me dipping because it's so close. While Kishane wasn't thinking, "Oh shit, you know, this is gonna be close." I get it. He wasn't seeing Noah. Maybe if he was seeing Noah, maybe it could have been different. But he couldn't see him. But again, with experience, he wasn't thinking, when I get this is tight. So, you know, when I get to the finish line, I just throw my body over it. No, that never dawned on him either. So it's just, it wasn't just speed, because he figured it out. He fought and he got there, but then again, experience won the race.
But another thing too, you know, Charmaine, if you realize the last 20, Kishane was tying up. He was tying up, you know. And I always talk about pace of the field getting to people, because just the same with Tia Clayton. She ran the heat very well. That time would have gotten her a bronze that she got won the semi-by. That time would have gotten her a bronze. But when you're running versus a field now that is on your level, and you can't get rid of that field, there is a big difference, you know. So running 9.77 or 9 or 10.89 in PS pace, and running left everybody and slow down against a mediocre field, a field that is basically 6 out of 10. When you're running against an 8 or a 9 out of 10 field, you know, and you blast off, and when you look side, you still see them side of you.
And then in her case, the track wet too.
70 meters, them still side of you.
That's
different race they run.
And in her case, it wasn't like ideal conditions because the track is wet, and you're like, all right, don't slip. So you think about not slipping. You think about the fact, say, left to right, why me not have the distance, and then that's where the inexperience comes in because Kishane, yeah, he's 23, but he's still young. It's his first international competition, and for her, first international competition, and she was 19. Younger than a baby,
Yeah.
brother. What pick me? You
But
understand? So you are right.
I give Kishen credit still because
Yeah.
if Oblique was in that situation, we're not getting a medal.
I don't think so. Listen, that's my next question now. I'm not saying Oblique is not injured. I believe he's something.
You look like an honest youth. May I go believe him? You look like an
I don't
honest
believe that
youth.
he's injured. But do you think he's a choker?
I next
Yeah,
year,
Did
next year,
he
I wait
go
for
on
because why
another? What's
I
it
why I
wait
called?
for
said yes? This is 3 years in a row.
I wait for next year. If him do it next year, then if me see him, all if me see him limp at 70 meters next year, may I give him the limp? May I give him one more year? May I go? Me feel
Where's
kind of
Champion's
generous.
in?
Me feel kind of generous this year. Me give him till
I give
next
people
year.
two chances, you know.
Me give him till.
If you disappoint me
But,
on the second chance,
Because
then
you
you're
can't
killing
be
but
me.
building up my hopes like that. I may swear for you.
but
I'm gonna give you.
because that's
I'm giving you a silver medal,
and
and
you know
you're coming. You're coming eighth limping, and
no,
I'm
but
giving you
that's
a silver medal.
and that's the thing, that's why, because that's how I was able to see, yo, at first glance, Noah won. Because, like, in my head, I'm like, all right, Kishane go win. So I started looking across the line and I was like, all right, Kishane win. That was my prediction. Kishane win, Oblique try buck for second. And then, based on how Fred was running between him and Noah, them fight it off for bronze. So, man, I look across, I'm going to see Oblique. I'm going to say, all right, Oblique, dear. By the time I look over to Noah, I see Oblique pull up. I'm gonna say, all right, crap. And then I look at Noah again. I say, yo, the man dip. Because going in the race, I was like, Kishane first, Oblique push for second, and then third, Noah and Fred battle it out. But low key, as much as we say that the pace of the field caught up to Kishane, on the flip side, I also think that Fred made him get something out of the race. The
Mhm.
fact that Fred was right on his
Was
hip
right
pocket,
there. Listen,
pushing him.
I wish Noah was beside him as well. That would have that would be
Yeah.
something to see. But you get what I'm saying? When he
Yeah,
can see the strongest competitors,
Mm.
yeah,
he can see them because he has never run against Noah.
yeah.
It would have been his first time, even never, not even there at Olympics. It would have been his first
Yeah.
time. If
That's a
they
Mhm.
were
great
beside
point.
each other, that was something I would love to see because then I know where you are. I know what I need to do to get there because I'm seeing both of you, but not seeing Noah. What kind of, you know?
That's a great point as well because wasn't Curly in his semis?
Yeah, Curly was in Kishan semi.
Yes.
So the
Yeah.
fact that he beat him with ease, he's like, all right, you're pushing me, but I beat you already. Hey,
Right. So
it's
you know
amazing what
now,
your
right?
mind can do subconsciously, because
Yeah.
you're like, all right, yeah, ma push me, but me not really feel the pressure because me beat the money about an hour and a half ago. Just
Right, because I think the thing is when they run with people, they kind of even though you're running and you're focusing on your race, you know, you know their strengths, you know, you figure out their weaknesses, you know what it takes to beat them. I've done it,
yeah,
So I think
And you're running a marker.
in his mind, I know what it takes to beat him. He's not a threat because I can beat him. But
yeah,
he's never run against Noah, and Noah is so far from him. He can't see anything, so he doesn't know when to say, "Okay, I need to kick into gear, or I need to do this, or I need to dip." Because maybe if Noah was beside him and he could see Noah, maybe he would have dipped. But he's
yeah,
just, it's almost like a blind race, so to speak.
yeah.
So he's running blindly. He's not seeing what's going on over
And
that.
oblique help Noah because Noah is like, all right, we need to keep up with him. And then when you see him fade, him say, you know
Right.
what? He might be fading,
At
but
what
he
point
is
in
the
the race?
marker for me.
At what
Oblique,
point in the race did Oblique pull up, by the way? Because up to now,
like
man, we never get
like
focus on.
like
Between
70, like
60,
75,
between
80.
60 and
Because
70
about 80.
meters
Because I
And
thought he was going to pick
run
up there
991.
about, but he
and run
started to fade around
991.
it. About the
Yeah.
80 mark, he started to fade and then
Yeah.
pulled off right.
Because he was ahead of Noah at 80. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was ahead.
Oh, okay.
Because it was Kishane and Fred. Because honestly, the way the race I run, I was like, yo, Fred and Kishane. I was like, yo, Fred might get second. Let me look to Oblique. And then when we look to Oblique, we see Oblique a fade. And then we see Noah. We say, yo, Noah kind of edge in front. And then we see at the line, we see Noah deep. Me I say, yo, I may never jump up. So my mother was like, why not jump up? I say, yo, no way, you know. Unless the camera have
I
another.
thought at first I thought Kishan win because me say yes.
I thought Kishan won.
And then when me see Kishan look nervous at the line and I look up and clap, me say what just gone.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'm
because
not, yo, as
he
well.
knew what he did wrong. He knew where
Yeah.
he messed up. So
Yo,
that's
Hey,
I
I
why
think
want
he
if you
go,
run that
I want go
reflected.
on, you
line,
know, yo, what front of it, call Veronica and say, yo, teach them boy how for dip. Cause the same thing reach Broadbell Thursday. Deep, like all these years, the man them they party on a shoulder
But you
flick
know
and
the
they
funny
don't know
is,
if it dip. Like, brother, just
I'm the opposite of you. I could see clearly where Noah outdipped Kishane, and I was
yeah,
explaining to
exactly.
people
Thank
that's the
you. I
torso.
know.
With
Thank
Broadbell
you very
up
much.
to now, with Broadbell
Exactly.
up to now, I cannot see where he
Ask
outdipped him.
him,
what
so
the,
See
say.
my
what the,
right
what the
now.
brother name, what the brother will
I
come
have this
second.
with
The
my
man,
phone
the
and
man,
to
man
upload
I
dive.
and
cannot
put my
see it.
medal them, you know.
all right,
Man
hold
do
on.
I
like,
Put my
cannot see it.
medals.
All right, hold on. Let me explain to you
yeah,
how the Broadwell thing go. See,
yeah.
so the guy who comes second, his name is Daniel Roberts, right?
Okay.
So when him get over the last hurdle, him clip the hurdle, so actually I drop on him face.
So the momentum carry him.
So I reel him shoulder. If you look good, go back and look on the visual, right? And I'm gonna see if we can find it and pull it up. But I really him shoulder cross the line first, Broadbell head cross the line before him shoulder. But again, them not use head anymore. So again, them a look which part of your torso. So then Robert's torso over the line, and then because even when Robert's torso over the line, Broadbell chest still not past the line yet. Broadbell chest still the rightest on the line, the rightest. So that is how me did know so Roberts come second.
All
So
right, I'm gonna disagree with you now. When I watched the race, in live, I said, okay, it looked like Broadbell get bronze, but then Mr. Broadbell start celebrates for silver. I say,
Exactly.
okay, this look closer than I think.
yeah,
So now when the replay and them show the slow motion
yeah.
and them a dip, me as a Broadbell, I mean now I see the next youth. I see
Me,
from
oh no,
the
man, I
right
don't
side.
see him. I see him,
Exactly.
but
So
I don't see
Broadbell me
him
I see come
ahead.
here look across the line. I say, but look like a second Broadbell get yourself for real, or then give him third. Because when I looking across the line, I am not seeing the youth of them get second.
You
Then when
Maybe
know,
I look
if they
from it
had
from
showed it
the
I
from
just,
this angle, because I
yeah.
think
then I
we're
look from it
only
from
seeing
the
from.
left angle and it look worse. It look
Oh,
more
you
You
saw
upset
it
know,
from
than
the other
Broadbell get
angle.
second.
I
Oh,
from the
I only
right.
saw it from
So
the
you
right.
know what Kem said. I was watching is different when you watch things with perspective. So Kem's talking about Daniel clipping the last hurdle. So I watched specifically the last hurdle. That got in the silver because him clip the silver medal and the momentum I carry him. And then when I look at the line again, I was like, oh yeah, him torso reach before Broadbell. I didn't see it the first time, but I saw it now. It's the same thing mess up Clark yesterday. He clipped the eighth hurdle in the 400 meters hurdle, and then in momentum carry him into the ninth one. Because him clipped
But
the
then
eighth,
Broadbell did dip. It's
yeah,
just as you
he just
said, the momentum carry.
momentum dive
Um,
in.
he's pretty much traveling by air at this point. What's his name? Robinson, you said? He's pretty
Roberts,
much
yeah,
traveling by air at this time. It's more almost like it's not him. It's more force pushing him. So I wouldn't say Broadbell didn't dip. He dipped, but it's
yeah.
just this person is coming at with a certain force. Maybe there was nothing more he could have done at that point.
Honestly to God, I saw how Kishan got silver, but me still not see how Broadwell
Me
get
still
the
as to the
bronze.
brands. I hear what you guys are saying, but I don't see it. Maybe I have to go look again. But I saw
Yeah,
Kishane's thing clear as day. The Broadbell one, I'm still waiting to
me
see it.
look again, and yeah, me see it. Like
But him
So I'm
accept him
trying
bronze,
to
so whoever.
he literally do like if you pull up the race now and watch the replay, you literally see yes something they reach for it, but like as he reach the line, you see Roberts do like this, quite literally like this. I'm not exaggerating. He literally did this and got the silver.
all right, I'm gonna show because I can't see it when I know if I see it pan, when I know if I pull it up on this. But if you look right so,
Yeah,
look which part Broadbell chest there, and look which part my boy shoulder there. And
yeah,
that be Broadbell, Look
yeah,
on the shoulder.
yeah,
Look on the shoulder, right there so.
yeah.
And that beat Broadbell. And look which part Broadbell chest. I don't know Broadbell chest across the line, you know. Him head cross.
Well, them need to start teach diving lessons.
Call up Auntie
And sharp.
Veronica.
Do you remember 2016 400? The one that Sharika come third, you know?
Where Shawnee
And my
jumped
girl,
through the line.
Shawnee
Listen.
dived through the line and them
Take
nearly
them to the
block
pool.
and them
You
nearly
know,
beat her in her press. And them
Carry
But
say
that
she
you
done
pool
that
or
to
something. But diving,
yo, I
caught them
same thing
off
we that said
guard.
before we come in the Ryan. I say, yo, if me work all my life for these once in a lifetime events and me say something so close and have to go hate me.
No, you
Diving
must
like
love me,
that.
exactly.
though. I don't care.
You
Go
It
on your
seems as if
money.
she had it right all along.
may I chuck off what? You're mad.
All on the chair. So Charmaine wants something. I think she kind of low, so that's why we're not really hear her. You're kind of low, Charm, so that's why we're not really hear. So
You're
more
here.
you feel like
I'm
yeah,
still
more
low.
nobody feel like we're talk over you. But go
No,
ahead.
but I think you guys are hearing me.
No, we are hearing you, but it is like low, like a chicken.
Oh no, man, no, man. I was just no. I don't think I was saying anything important that needed. Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you why, Ryan. So I'm gonna tell you why they nearly beat Shawnee because she beat Alice Felix, and that's the reason. You see, if I never Alice Felix she did beat, it would have been all right. But because she beat Alice Felix, and when quote unquote Alice Felix clearly won the race because Alice Felix was ahead, but Shawnee just dived through the line there and said, "Listen,
That, yeah, for herself.
so I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. I'm gonna save the Shelly and the Sherika thing for last. But more want to talk about the relays, right? Because this is the first time. This is the first time I can remember in modern history where Jamaica haven't gotten a relay medal, not even a bronze. 4x1 women, fifth. 4x1 men never make finals. 4x4 women drop the button. 4x4 men not even made the Olympics. Mixed relay come both seventh or sixth or whatever they come. So at this point in time, this Olympics they got 0 medals. And Charmaine, I'll start with you. What do you think was the biggest factor to, and you can dissect them individually or on a wholesome level, but what do you think was the factor why Jamaica got 0 medals in the relays?
All right. So for the women 4x1, I think that was totally out of their control because when you don't have the 3 big guns, one is in Jamaica prancing up and down like a chicken. On TikTok for whatever reason I don't know, and then you have the other 2 who are injured last minute, as them say, have to work with what them say.
Yeah.
So you have babies running now. You can't. There's so much you can ask of them and no more. This is their first time from I think at Olympics would be all 4. 2 19-year-olds. They're running against some big guns. Sorry.
And 2 duds.
Right. They're running against some big guns. I think they did well. 5th place, I think they did a great job. It's new to them. Or top shooters, as I said, one day you're a kick up a rumpus. I'm not even sure what her purpose is at this point. The other 2 did show up, but didn't show up. So we can't even beat the 4x1 for the ladies because they did what they could. They gave it their all. 4x1 for the men, can't even beat them too hard because Oblique said he has a groin injury, and I have to work with what he said. I'm not there, and I'm not a therapist, so I don't know. But he said he wasn't well, and then I believe the lineup for the 4x1 could have been different. I don't think at this point. I was talking to Kems, and he said he wants to give Kishane another chance at the anchor, but I don't think right now he should have been the anchor because he cannot chase. For me, at least make it to the finals because we're having challenges with injured athletes, so at least go to the finals. I don't believe the anchor was the right leg for Kishane. One, clearly he cannot take a baton and he cannot chase, right? So he's not yet used to taking a baton and he cannot chase at the moment. So he should have been on another leg. At least test it out to see Akeem no 100%, but his leg was good.
With who?
Sorry?
With a 2-person in the relay, no? Jamaica 4x1 males only had 2 people.
Akeem and Kishan?
Yeah.
But the second leg wasn't bad. The second leg was the hand over was terrible.
The hand over on the
On
second and third leg
on the
was
second and third leg, but the
terrible.
second leg, honest to God, he didn't do bad. The third leg, he was a mess
The
in and
handover
of
was terrible
itself.
on those. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think no, why didn't they use a 200 meter? Because all right, if you have Kishane on another leg, Akeem anchoring the 200 somewhere there, so and whoever that second leg, fit him in some, keep him in the second leg or whatever the case may be. I think we could have probably made it to the finals, but I think the setup, I'm no expert, but I feel like the lineup wasn't the greatest. So we can't beat them too tough either.
So this is what I'll say about that, Charms.
Mhm.
For that 4x1, honestly, in all, to be objective and all, I feel like the reason Jamaica never qualified was simply the button changes. I think if the button
Yeah.
changes,
Yes, true.
if the button changes were smooth, they would have qualified.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
If you
That was
remember,
the thing. Is Kishane good at? Some people can give, but they can't take.
Charm, listen, if you cannot take a button, you don't need to be running the relay. That is
Hold
literally,
on. Was that Kishan's fault though?
well, so, and again, this is what we have to say, Charm. You have to be careful, right? Because, Ryan, and great question, but I think it's both of their fault. Because
It's both.
the rule of thumb with relay, when you're the person receiving the button, your hand must always be like this, and you are never supposed to be feeling
I
a
feel
rubber.
them. Yeah.
You put out your hand, and
I
because
like it. Yeah.
the whole thing with relays, boss, I trust. So I am trusting my teammate because him can see, me can't see. Reach, hand out. So you're supposed to put the button in my hand, but what happened is that, and again, the human element take over. You see everybody a run gun, so you want to get the button so you can start getting to your running as well. But while Kishana feel for the button, Umbre man I try to give him the button same way. So again, I'll be a feely going around.
Oh,
and
okay.
then
Okay.
by the time you get the button now, people already are step.
Yeah.
Right.
People already a step. So, and then because Kishan pass a one man, because remember, about 50 did it. And he passed one man what he did in the lane beside him.
Beside
and
him.
couldn't catch back everybody else. He run out of real estate. Right?
Yeah.
But and then when you look now, even though Ryan said the second leg never run good, I don't know if they did show it them show it up here, but like they were showing the placing that Jamaica was in while the race are run. Right? So when Jamaica start, Akeem Blake hand over the button in a first. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hand it over in a first, so they must show you. And even when the second leg are run,
He handed over in first. He got there. He was in first.
They're still first. But what happened now is that when the second leg now say reach, the third leg run gone before the man even reach the marker, and then he must slow down for 10.
He got it in third.
Let him know of third. But then by the time him hand over the button now, a fifth.
Fifth.
Because he cannot feel against the button. So again, all of those little elements, all of those elements now cause it to happen, and Jamaica just eventually drop out. And here is
Yeah, man. I was looking at the times, and this power.
So that's
The
right.
person who came second in that heat. Matter of fact, I don't think the winning time would have come fourth in the first heat. I was looking at the times because it's 38 something when the race.
Yeah.
What
And
that heat?
it was pretty slow, very, very, very slow.
Yeah.
Sorry, that you're saying that heat?
Yeah, that was a very slow heat because the heat.
Yeah, it was.
I think Japan won that heat or China.
Yeah, it
And
was. So heat.
they wouldn't have gotten fourth. They'd have gotten by like fifth or so.
5 or 6, yeah.
That's why we couldn't. Right. That's why we couldn't. If it was a faster heat, we probably could have gone in by time.
I think that messed up on the relay cost us about half a second or more.
It did. Even if it was just, if it was just one of the leg that was a mess up the handover, it would have been. I think we could have gotten in at least third if it was. But you have back to back. You don't have no time to cover ground. It's back to back.
So CC is saying that Kishane has never run a relay yet in his life. This was his first. I don't know if that's or not.
Everybody run really, but the same
And
person is
maybe she means a senior on the senior
at
level.
the level, at
I
the
take,
senior
I
level.
take, I
At this
take the,
level, he hasn't, but he would have had the experience.
I take the word for it because I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't follow up champs like that anymore. So if him says so, I so.
Listen, listen again. I feel like we need to stop the foolishness when we talk about people never run relay or people can't receive button. A very simple, one thing we know every Jamaican parent teacher follow instructions. It's very simple instructions. You put out your hand, the next person, when the next person reach, you put out your hand, you collect the button, and you run.
Team USA might need it to fix them program.
But
If
here's
you're
the
the
thing,
uncle
Hems.
length,
All right.
hold
So
on
I
a
see what
chance.
you're saying, Hems, right? So my son runs track, and they're babies. You know, he just completed his second year at class 3, going into class 2. And last year and this year, they have track meets leading up to champs. This is his first year running at champs. He was a reserve last year. So this year, they really drilled him. So he did a lot. And they did a lot of relays. Now, starting off, I mean, Mona prep track program is how many people are? It's rubbish. I can say that. It's garbage. So when they get on the big stage with other kids, it shows that they don't have much experience because they're running at Hope Gardens up and down, while Peter and Paul have them big field running round and round.
Yes.
Experience. So when I'm comparing it to Kishane now. So when they go to these track meets, we have to use the 5 or 6 track meets leading up to champs for these babies to practice the whole baton exchange thing. And theirs is a little, it's not as intense because they're not going very, very fast. It's fast for them, but there's not much. You stay and you reach a little and then you're looking back, so you have enough time to run. Kishane is like the baby in the relay pool there. Not enough experience, not enough track meets running relays to really get it. Yes, you follow instructions, but if you're not actually doing it a couple times before the big day, you're gonna choke. As you said, when everybody I run, remember, he's the fastest man in the world this year. And to see everybody just flying past the fastest man and he's supposed to be getting the baton, his mind is just going all over the place. So yeah, he's not supposed to reach, but everything is gonna go wrong right there because he hasn't had enough experience in the relays leading up to the Olympics.
Charmaine, I would have agreed with you that he should not run the anchor leg if oblique was in the race. The fact that we had 2 people who may have struggled to know who they are.
I know, but I'm not risky, but I'm just thinking.
No, I feel like if
One of the 2.
If Kishane never run the anchor, they will come run past whoever the anchor. But because remember, Andre DeGrasse was in that race too. He would have come run past whoever at the
I'm gonna
anchor.
get tear up.
Yeah, man, they would get tear up, man.
Man, I gotta leave.
And then what would
Andre DeGrasse was in Kishane's race.
Yeah, he was in that heat.
Them come third.
They came third.
Okay. And them come third, and then them end up win the final, right?
Well, maybe
So
I'm just desperate here, man.
Yo, let me tell you this. One thing about cousin Andre, dog, I got left with the medal by the hook or the crook or
by the
the
hook or by the
storybook.
crook.
Man, I left with something.
Okay. I was finishing up. So like when I'm still the hooker, but let me finish up with this now. Which one should I start with? 4x4. All right. I'm gonna start with the men. Is it karma? Is a hell of a thing. No, I can understand wanting to run for your individual medal. But then we have to remember it's a team thing and it's you're running for your country, you're not running just for yourself. Yeah, the medal goes home to you, but the pride of your country, you're representing, you're waving a flag for an entire nation. And when everybody is like, oh, they're not going to run to qualify, nobody's willing to put in the work to qualify for a 4x4. Yep. Now, how embarrassing is it that you run your heats and you come 5th? You go back again and then give you a second chance and you couldn't even complete it. The rest of them, I couldn't even tell you which part them land in life, honestly. Right? Nobody showed up to make a team. To at least just show up now, finals, something. Just show up, be there. Nobody did it. And I think that's something they need to look at. moving forward, because having a relay team is a part of these events. Everybody wants that kind of pride. You want to be there and you're collecting a medal, whether it be gold, silver, bronze. Nobody really cares. It's lovely if you win a gold medal, but nobody really cares that much as long as you medal in the relay. That's a great thing. So for them, karma kind of hit them one by one, which I am
Yeah,
happy it did.
all of them.
All of them, karma hits you too much. Because I remember at the trials when the guys, they really tried it. Look how much chance them get. You mean to tell me, not one time in the season you could have said, you know what, they're giving us a second chance. Let me just go to this meet and we run and we see if we can make the time. Not once. And even at the trials when they built a team, brought in people, and in the last they missed the time by this much, and the guy, he was so upset, and he's like, they just needed one more person. If they just had one more, and then you have to say your throat to hurt you, but see it now, your throat not hurt you, you come fifth. Your throat never hurt you and you couldn't even finish. And him now, me want to send him back up there. Him want to go back.
Look at Malik James King. Malik James King would have, I think Malik James King would have gotten a bronze if he had made that final, and he ended up trip over the hurdle.
Yep.
And he was one of he was
Oh my
one
God,
of them. He was one of them who sell out on that day. But all of them come out and deny it. The management team, like we're idiot, come out
he
and
was one of
deny.
them.
Yeah, Malik James King was one of them.
So much that's the karma there. Lick him right off. He was doing so well. I'm there start him. Lick him right off his feet.
Sean Bailey, the whole of them.
Sean Bailey, yeah, man.
So Sean
it's funny, you know. I think Jamaica don't take hurdles seriously. I don't know. It seems a lot of things seem like it's a Jamaican thing. Like relays, we're not taking it seriously because we think we can just turn up and run and win. I don't know why. And also this issue of injury. I don't get it. I don't know if it's a sponsorship thing where you get more money if you win your individual, you perform better as individual or whatever it is. But when they are injured, it's a shame to be injured, to say you're injured. And then with this relay thing, is they don't want to run it because they're afraid that they'll get injured, quote unquote, afraid that they'll get injured. And they want to preserve them energy to them individual thing.
On taxpayers' money.
Huh?
But they want to fly up on taxpayers' money. Isn't funds being allocated to this group here from somewhere? Aren't they paying? Didn't they get? I mean, 360 is not 360 is not a lot of money, but nonetheless, it's $360,000 out of taxpayers' money.
It's more than what they used to get.
Exactly, you know, and so therefore the country is paying you or whatever the thing is. You're getting a little stipend to go. You're supposed to represent the country. You're not only running for yourself, because there was a time when you never get nothing. And now when you're getting something, it's better than most of them not have that none at all in their bank account. Now you come back to Jamaica, you're coming back to 360 and maybe something else. It's worth it, you know. But but to round up now the 4x4 for the women. Me forgot beat night. I'm so sorry. I'm usually the one to say no. They did their best and they couldn't do them. But she might have to beat her tonight. She have to go down tonight.
Exactly.
I could not listen. Kems had my list and I had 13 medals. So if everything went well, we should have be coming home with 15 medals, right? If everything had gone as planned. I had my 13 medals put down. The people who were supposed to get it, they really did. Most of them got it, right? The 4x4, how do you mess up a 4x4? How
you drop a button there, sir?
How you drop a baton in a 4x4? There is nobody could have come up and tell me today. But deep down, I knew something was going to happen because a sack of salt threw it over the sun. So I knew something was going to happen. But I was just still hopeful because how do you mess up a 4x4? I have to beat her. Your life depends on this. Our pride, you are the only team that's going to give us a medal. And you just have the baton just twirling in your hand like a lip gloss. It's twirling it. So somebody lick you and it drop out of your hand. You just,
You realize when before she hit the girl with the button, like 70 or 80% of the button are hang out around.
Uh-huh.
Because if she had held the button safely, if she had it in the middle where it is supposed to be held, and she collided with the runner, there's a 90% chance that button not dropping.
You understand me? You grab your baton, so you look
You're
at your
supposed
hand,
to
just
hold
raise
the
that
button.
baton.
So I'll give you, so before we continue, right? So I'll give you a little bit of insight, right? So anytime these kind of relays are run, right? A coach will always tell you, say, listen, once a competitor come even close to you, make sure, say, you hold the button there like your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You hold it so tight because them can bounce you, and even if they bounce you and so, the button not supposed to drop. The button for the relay there, are your woman. You see me? Are your man, whatever, whichever gender you be, whatever you like, right? And as you say, Ryan, she was holding the button so loosely. I wish somebody from the stands could at least scream to her and say, what you know? Hold on to the button, girl, or something of that nature, right? I wish somebody could have said that to her.
Yeah.
Nobody. Well, continue, Ryan. Continue.
You know what? Sorry for cutting, but you know what it's like as you said that you use that analogy, but I'll use another one. I'll do a cross sport analogy, even though I hate them. It's like a running back when you have the ball. Like you have to protect it with quite literally your life because you have anything can happen. And then in American football is even worse because it can be someone twice your size trying to hit it off of you. You have to you understand me? Grip it with your life. But
Wonderful.
That is
yeah,
just straight
I'm
up
just
incompetence.
listen. I couldn't believe I was in shock. Listen, Kishane race shocked me. Sharika, she licked me for 6. Nugent. I don't want to touch that one yet. I could leave that one for me. But there were things that happened here that really left me speechless. But this one took the cake. And
where's
then the
Missy?
worst part about it, she not even say make she go back, take up the baton and at least just try, just run. She just go and like, okay, nice. I drop
Yo,
the baton and that's just that.
no,
Just
the Akira one hurt me because when I stepped away for a little
Hold
bit, I
on, hold
saw
on, hold on.
yeah,
Hold on. Make we hold on. We're gonna talk about Akira soon. But before we get to Akira, I want to touch on Sherika Jackson. Right? Obviously, this is Sherika's third Olympics.
yeah,
She has one medal, which is in the 400, a bronze. The Olympics before, she got the foolish out there, run under instructions, and never made the final. And in this one, she never showed.
She
Where
have
do
100-meter bronze in
yeah.
the last Olympic.
last
Well,
Olympics?
yeah, she
one,
has a
two, three.
bronze.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
one, two, three.
She have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bronze. So two bronze. So, and Ryan, I'll start with you. Where do we put Sherika now when we look at her Olympic career? We're not talking about overall, we're not talking about world champs. Her Olympic career, because again, that resume, because again, any athlete you ask,
Yeah.
Olympic has a way higher than World Championship. It just does. It's every 4 years. It's the biggest stage ever. You want to prepare your body for the Olympics. Last year Sydney leave the World Champs because she want to come to the Olympics,
Yeah.
right? So with Sherika Jackson resume, how do you rank her? Where is she ranked?
All right, let me cross-reference it a certain way.
Uh,
There is a reason why Elaine is ranked one of the greatest sprinters of all time, even though she messed up in a lot of world championships. She injured and this and that and what have you. But at the end of the day, she double.
Back to back.
mhm.
Okay. There's and so she will be looked at as one of the greatest for that reason.
One of the dumbest.
Sharika has a mediocre Olympic career. One
Mhm.
bronze in 400 and one bronze in the 100. I think she
Uh-huh.
have some other
Relay
relay
medals.
medals and what have you. But
Yeah.
if you're looking at if if 10 years from now, a child who is 5 become 15 and start learn track and field, and him hear about Sherika and him, sorry, I'm gonna look on our record, on YouTube, on Wikipedia, or whatever it is that might be around in the next 10 years. It won't show us that she have a mediocre Olympic career. That's just a fact, because Sherika at 34, I don't think Sherika at 34 winning that 200 meter.
I don't think so either. So here's someone, J.L. Cooper, saying Sherika ran 5th behind Shelley, Elaine, VCB, and Merlin.
In what?
Maybe on the Jamaican all time. But in terms of Olympic,
world stage here.
Yeah, in terms of Olympic though, I'm
Olympic.
not so sure.
Yes, she has the second fastest time in history in 200, right? But that means a lot. Yes, it means a lot. But then, the world stage, the Olympics is the biggest thing that you'll ever. Not everybody watch the World Championship. Track fanatics will do that. Track fanatics will watch World Championship. Track fanatics will watch Diamond League. We follow up those things. The world that knows nothing about track and field except that they want to see you run and win, they watch Olympics. Everybody comes up. They don't know nothing about track and field.
It's like the World Cup. It's like the World Cup of football.
Yeah,
right.
Because looking at it, bronze in the 400 in Rio, silver in the 4x4. But we know it's individual, and then bronze in the 100, got gold in the 4x1, bronze in the 4x4. So yeah, so like Ryan was saying, I would have her somewhere with no disrespect with the Keron and them people. They're in that little bubble. If you're talking just Olympic,
true. And she's a great. She has. I'm gonna still put has because Olympics just passed, but the potential to do great things in the 200 meter. Just imagine medaling in the 1, 2, and 4, getting a gold in the 2, and potentially because I feel like at her best she would have beaten Alfred. If it was Sherika last year, would have beaten Alfred.
This Alfred?
No, Sherika last year in that.
Yeah, no. So you said Sherika last year would have beat this Alfred.
Right, in that form.
No,
that
sir.
Form.
No,
why
sir.
not?
Sherika last year was 10.7, you know, Alfred under 10.7.
Sherika Habit, yo, and as you said that.
What was
yo, Frano. Sorry for cutting the, but Frano got to stop by something here about run under instruction. All that's something about telling man if a shut down. He buy it back-to-back years. He buy Sherika a couple years ago. When she don't qualify. He bought her last year because she couldn't feel Shakari. And she said, all right, me clear. Who should he clear? She cleared Shelly. And why you gearing down in the finals? And then no Kishane, you have a man a gear down all this later time. And no push come the truck, the man start buck like truck. Yo, friend, don't even tell the man if stop that thing about shut down. And a laptop display attack, tell the man if shut down. Yo, run through the line, yo.
Bill muscle memory. Shutting down Bill muscle memory.
I was gonna be the one to go first. But Kems, what's in the 100? What's Alfred's time?
10:72.
And what's Sherika's?
Personal best 10.
Sherika was 10:70 for the silver last year.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying a Sherika in last year's form. I'm just talking about how good she is, right? Sherika in that form last year. This year she would have probably given us 2 gold medals. 1 and 2, but I don't think their focus is on. I mean, Frano is a great coach. Don't take that from him, but I think he misses somewhere because now Sherika, you're a world champion. The only thing you have left to put under your belt, you've done the 4, you've done the 1. You need a medal for the 2, and you potentially you can get a gold in 1 and 2. Why are we focusing on some wishy-washy meat, working out your body, burning out your body when this?
No. So Charles,
I disagree, Sherman.
So you can't say that, Charles, right? Because
I disagree.
So I understand where she's coming from, but remember, so we have to take the whole season into consideration. So remember, Sherika at the start of the season, Sherika wasn't running, right? And
around 23.
Yeah, and if there's one thing when you're going up against a field like this, you need races under your belt.
Yeah.
Shakari has been running all season. Alfred has been running. Everybody has been running all season. But Sharika again, and it was injuries, it was weight, it was this, it was that, right? So that 200 that she ran in, that 200 that she ran, what you call a place? Hungry.
Eugene.
Hungry.
Yeah,
My
that
bad.
200 that she run was, our final tune up to see where she was, because again, Alfred was in that race and some other strong
Yeah, Alfred.
company was in that race. So you want to measure yourself against them to say, all right, this is my last race. Let me go back to the lab and see what I need to improve on. But unfortunately, she have cramp or whatever she had. So I'm gonna agree, so she shouldn't run, because if she never run, then no, you don't.
No, I'm not. But hold on, I'm not talking about. I mean, that race. I'm still wasn't feeling that race, but I feel like before this year, after World Champs last year. I mean, I know they make money at Diamond League and something, but I don't know. For myself, if it was me, and I know that this may be my only chance to be on the world stage, there are some things that I just wouldn't. Like all some of the Diamond League, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
I'm not got some of them.
No, the thing with Sharika though, her first race was 23 something. So from there, so now you look at it and you say, okay,
she needs
look good. Yeah, and then she run and come fifth in our race. In our 200 race. So you know such something off. So she did need the races.
And not only that, Ryan.
She did need the races.
Not only
she
that,
hasn't even deep under the 22.
There's also her season's best was 22.29. But we also have to bear in mind, right, that these people have contractual obligations, right? And she has withdrew from 3 Diamond Leagues before. We don't know how the contracts stay or whatever the case may be, but she must run at some Diamond League. That's in the contract. And she already skipped 3. She couldn't really, quote unquote, skip no more. I think there's a quota with the amount of Diamond Leagues where you have to run as long as you're quote unquote fit, right? And she have to meet the quota there in order, obviously, forget money, MVP, I forget pay, she have to get pay, this have to get pay, that have to get pay. So all of them little things that have to go on. But again, to Ryan's point, her 200 meter just hasn't blown anybody away. 23 seconds. Even at the Jamaican trials, her 200 meter wasn't nothing for right home about. Obviously,
she was in a shake and a struggle.
Yeah, obviously the competition was poor, but even with the poor competition, she had fight to the line.
She battled for her life, and that's not her thing.
Yep.
You use the Sharika reach 150 and say, all right, me just decide if me want to push for the world record or if me just want to cruise it down.
So, if Sharika had gotten herself up to like 21.7, at 21.8 when the goal,
in the Olympics, yeah? Yep.
21.8 won that goal.
I think it's
so if she had gotten herself anywhere near 21.7, she would have more than likely won that gold medal.
No, but we can only say that because she's not in the race. Because I feel as if Gabby knew that she wasn't in the race. So Gabby wasn't running for gold. Gabby wasn't running for time. 21.9 could have win. Like Gabby wasn't running for time. Gabby just run for this gold medal. Because I think if Sharika was there, you'd have to run 21.5 to win that goal.
But also, I would push back and say this, I'll cut you. We all follow track enough. We know if your personal best is in Eugene, kind of have to take out the diamond tester a little bit, Because Gabby, they run that 21.6 upper Eugene, and we know Eugene and their times kind of a little bit better.
We already dashed with a full narrative there, because again, the Jamaicans go for world championships in a Eugene, and for some reason, it always seemed like the track only fast for Americans, and Americans can't run fast on the track.
I never hit him. Ilian did it 10.50 something.
Let me check.
And I think I hit Sharika do the 21.4.
No.
Right?
Nope.
All right, Ilian do the 21.5.
No, I hit. That was last year. That was last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No man, Ilian did the 10.54 at Eugene.
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
21.5 or a 21.4 at Eugene.
Yeah, that was right after the Olympics, right?
Yeah. 21.5 was at Olympics. Oh,
Tokyo.
so she run it 21.5. Yeah.
21.5 was Tokyo.
Yeah.
I was Tokyo, but I know there's a fast time there, man. But
But
here, the
remember,
thing,
all of
Yeah, man.
the
Sherry got a
One
21.4
second before
Eugene.
remember, T and Ryan,
Mhm.
at that particular Olympics, remember, don't let me have to show you the picture. Remember, Elaine could have run the same 10.5 because she has stick out her thumb 30 meters before the race is over. I'm like,
Remember, she should me the Bex look cause that
They
and
want to bring
the
her up. Jesus,
that
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 exploded. Oh.
that race and the Sherika 21.3 burned me to this day because them surely I broke Flojo record.
this is Elaine in the Olympics. This is Olympics. Way before the finish line.
And
This
she run 10.5. Man, I said, girl, run it
no
10
man,
4, man, run
10-6.
it
a
10
10-6
4.
run.
A
10-6.
10-6 run, that's a
yeah,
A
10-6
10
you run this
10-6.
up.
10-6.
Yeah.
10-6
So
one.
when
What may I say?
time out. Remember, the Olympics leave 21 and it says here at the 3rd of August she run the 10.5.
But that's a
Yeah, which
different
was
one, man.
Eugene.
Which was
No,
Eugene.
she run it. No. Elaine run the 10.5 at Tokyo.
No man.
No,
No.
man.
No.
It
No,
was
no,
Elaine
no.
run
after. It wasn't
10-6
at the
Remember,
at
say
Olympics.
the
It was
Olympic
Oh, my
after.
bad. The
record.
21.5 yeah, my bad. The
Yeah, remember, say the
21.5 are the
Olympic record
yeah,
is 10-6
my
one,
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where
my
I say
bad.
no
Yeah.
CC? Talk to me.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the issue the Sharika situation, because I hear a lot of persons beating Sharika, but I understand the sentiment because Sharika could have been a triple gold medalist in this Olympics. It was her
Yeah.
turn. Like when you had Shelly, then you had Elaine, and I think it was Sharika's turn to
Okay.
be in that spotlight. Win the 100, win the 200, lead us to the 4x1 promised land. But I think when people are saying that if she knew that she was injured, she should have pulled out. But you know my problem is, Kevs, she
What's that?
knowing that she's injured, right? And
Mm-hmm.
she pulled out of the 100. Sasha Lee got the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to be fit enough to go into the 200. But persons were saying that she should have pulled out of the championship. I think people don't understand that there is no other 200-meter person because nobody else met the qualifying standard, which
I
is
was saying that
22.57. The qualifying
Mm-hmm.
standard is 22.57. There's nobody else outside of the girl. Like, there's nobody else. I think Lani, if I'm not mistaken, and Sharika were the persons who had the qualifying
And
time.
the girl was named Burger too. The
Yeah,
They
Burger.
had
Berger.
3 man. Yeah, man. It was 3
Yeah,
of them that
no,
went
there are
there.
three. But I'm
no,
saying that
but
if Sharika
there
pulled
wasn't
out,
4.
there was not four.
Mm-hmm.
In the 100-meter, you could have go down to 5. You could have went to 5 people, or even 6 persons. You could have
Mm-hmm.
went to for the 100-meter. The
Yep.
200-meter, there was a dead 3 people. So if Sharika
Mm-hmm.
pulled out, you only had 2 people. So that's why I'm saying
Yep.
that she was pushing to even try and run the 200 because there's nobody else for the 200. So I think the 200-meter, the fact that if there was somebody else for the 200-meter, there's a possibility that she might have pulled out earlier for the 200, even being at the Olympics, because they would have carried an alternate person and given that person a spot. So I think
Yep.
that is where I think there's an unnecessary beating on her. But I can understand people's
No,
frustration.
no,
But
CC, we
the,
can't make with that. So this is the beating what she get. This is the beating why.
Mhm.
Well, this is the beat. This is the reason why me I beat Sharika. When they asked Frano about she withdrawing from the 100, you know what Frano said? Well, as him always do. Well, listen, according to what I know, Sharika is fit and ready. You'd have to ask the
Mm-hmm.
J3 about that. I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
According to fit and ready. That's what Frano said. All right, cool. Frano like him little mischief and him little mind games. Let me hear from the horse's mouth herself. When them interview Sharika,
Mm-hmm.
and may I paraphrase, because I don't really remember word for word, but essentially what she said was, listen, there's a little bit of preserving my body and also what happened in Hungary, but
Mm-hmm.
listen, right now I am rearing and ready to go for the 200.
Mm-hmm.
When she tell people that, everybody say, thank you, Jesus.
Ready.
Thank you, Jesus.
you put on our next gold medal.
We're medal
Ready.
safe. We're medal ready. We're medal dead. Other people are saying, no,
Polish it off.
it's there. So now, when everybody has said, okay, well, the 100, because remember, and we're going to talk about Shelly too, but remember, no, Shelly pull out, we know Sasha Lina do nothing, we know Shelly do nothing. We concede. Jamaicans concede. All right, no problem. Make America win, but no, St. Lucia win, so everybody happy. Yeah, America no win. No, 200 time come, as Charm say, as Tia say, everybody has stay up now for watch the race. Everybody has stay up. Couple minutes before, you sit down at the little bottom. Breaking news. Sherika Jackson is out of the 200. Oh, you expect people to
You know
feel
what
bad?
people sleep? You know what people sleep, she must
That is, oh
Yeah,
my
man,
God.
me know,
I
man,
still
me
have bags
understand.
under my
I
eyes.
understand that's the beating. Because you know what I said? She must be really injured because when him the I see Freddie Crittenden Freddie Crittenden said he felt something. So he jogged the hurdles race.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
To the repechage round. Because they
Yep.
said there's a
Yeah.
repechage. And he
Yep.
still made the final. I think in combo fifth. If I'm
Yeah.
not
Six.
mistaken.
Yep.
And this guy came through the repechage. And I'm saying that Sherika, if she's seriously injured. Because I
Yeah.
think if she wasn't, she would have gone out there and run. You don't need to win. She could even just run. You just need to finish the race. Because you could finish the race and go run the repechage round. Because that would mean you run 4 races because you don't run at 100 and you're not going to run the 4x1. So the only thing you're going to do is the 200 meter. That
Yep.
means something is seriously wrong.
I
Yeah.
Yeah,
understood
but
CC. I know, all right, and Charms, I'm gonna make a jump in right now. But CC, it is okay if she hurt. It's no problem. We understand. It's a part of the
Exactly.
but don't come take you for fool, boss. A fool, they take you for.
That's
Let me
what I'm
listen
saying.
to
It's
what
coming like it's a
I'm here, but
Jamaican thing.
me go listen to what she said. Cause me pull it up. So man,
Yeah, man, listen to it, man. Where's the Charms? Talk to it.
yeah, so I'm gonna agree with Kems here. You know, our conversations leading up to this. Now, I'm a Sherika fan. I am I'm an Elaine fan. I love all athletes, but I do have my favorites. And sad to say, Elaine has really just upset, but we're not gonna go into that. But I'm an Elaine fan, Sherika fan, just to put it out there. No, my issue with Sharika, it's not that she's injured. You can't help if you're injured. I can tell that she was, but it is the fact that you came. All right, let me start from she withdrew from the 100, and I said, all right, I know that she's not at her best. So the smartest thing to do is to pick the one that you feel like you're sure, you're 100% sure that, listen, this is my thing. You can't beat me in this. So whatever I have in me, I'm going to put it in this event so that I am sure of a medal outside of trying for the 100, not getting the medal that you want or getting a medal at all at the 100 and still being injured. Can't move on to your pet event. So she picked her pet event. I was okay with that. I said, all right, she has to be smart about it. Plus, she has to, we have the relay. I am sitting up. I come in after one. No sleep. Drive from Manchester, all the way from Manchester. Drive to Manchester in the day. Come back, reach home after one. Decided I'm gonna stay up because this is a race that I must see. Sitting down waiting. I'm like, the superstar is coming out. My girl is coming out. I'm excited. I have her down for a gold medal. You're gonna see you in your track suit. I pack up and I go. Where you going? Where are you going? You said your coach and you're gonna come. I wanna say. Two, I wanna say, you're ready to go. And I'm ready with you. I'm ready with you. He said you're okay. You come and you're sure as day, as much as we're all, as clear as we're all sitting here. She said that she was fit to run and she had to listen to her body. And because she had to listen to her body, she didn't do the 100 and she listened to her body and she stick to the 200. Where is the 200? Where is your gold medal that I had put down for you? Where is it? You
The
said
she
you
thing,
and
were
Fano.
ready.
The problem why she get beaten, she and Fano were far too vague. And I get if you want to be vague
That is it. Be
for your
honest.
competitors, but like you get just yes, you have some people who are just so ignorant, no matter what you tell them about the injuries, them are gonna say, yo, still put on for the country like I saw this thing go. But people with a brain will know, say, yo, injury when it comes on the sports, injuries are unfortunately a part of the game. If you tell me, say, yo, you just not have it this time, as much as you're like, you know what, this might be your last one, it will decide to be like, you know what, part of the game. Some people only really go to one anyways.
But
So
all right.
maybe she didn't want to say
Anybody else ever pull a hamstring it?
Yeah.
Me tear it once. It never bad. It never, but it took me like a month to actually
but
But
I'm
get
thinking
back
she didn't
to.
want to say
Yeah.
she didn't
So
want to say
if
it
it
on
is
here.
that she had a hamstring injury, 2 weeks was not going to fix it.
but the thing is, Ryan, and I'm more switching gears now because we have to go soon. But the thing is, Ryan, what she said, she and her little physio come out. Oh, good news. It's just a cramp.
Mm-hmm.
Just torn, it's just a cramp. Listen,
I show a black start.
you get over a cramp in a 30 minutes. You get it rub out. Remember, MVP have the best everything. The best massage, the best this,
Machines.
everything. Them get things from Germany, them have the best everything. And if Sherika is the cash cow, the MVP, then if it's just a cramp, I'm expecting her to be better than ever when she come back. But anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about Shelly, right? So again, this was Shelly-Ann's last Olympics, right? Her last Olympics, unfortunately, she dipped out. She dipped out in the semifinals, did not show up for the semifinals. There's a bunch of speculation say she's being spoiled because she never get for warm up, or there is indeed an injury. But when I ask you guys can talk about it if you want. But what I really want to ask, and I'll start with you, TC, and I asked about Sherika, but I'll ask you about Shelly. For Shelly Olympic career, where does she rank for you amongst the all-time greats?
Amongst the all-time greats, in
Top
terms of
three.
her
Now, hold on, Ryan. CC, Ryan.
Yeah, so amongst the all-time greats, women, men, everybody.
We can't say woman. Let's put it woman.
So I mean, amongst the all-time greats for her Olympic career, I would say top three. I think she's ranking. She's in the top three.
All right.
For
So
women.
who else is in the top three?
All right. So you have Alison Felix. I would say Alison Felix is in the top three.
Okay.
For women, and then I would say, funnily enough, this is a crazy one, because I have Elaine Thompson. So I have Elaine Shelley and Alison Felix.
Elaine Shelley and Alison Felix. All right. We can work with that. Ryan, give me where would you rank Shelley and Fraser Price? Remember, our Olympics is now over. So now
All right.
the accurate ranking you would give her and why?
I just go and put it one way. The 100 meter is the glamour event, and she have 2 gold in that, and 2 other medals, a bronze and a silver. So she's definitely the GOAT of 100 meter sprinting in the Olympics. I'll leave it right there, sir. You can tell me, sir, Gail Levers have 2 gold. Yes, she have 2 gold only, but Shelly have 2 other medals along with 2 gold.
All right, Charmaine.
All right, for Shelly, I agree with Ryan. How many athletes, especially for the 100, without the 200 wasn't her thing, but she did it. She still went there. She medaled in that as well. So to have 2 gold medals, a silver and a bronze, so you've accomplished every single thing that there is to accomplish in the 100 meter. First, second, third. There's nobody else that can outdo her in that department. She has 200 meter medals in it as well, and 4x1 medals. For the 100, she is, as Ryan said, she's the GOAT. There is nobody. I don't know who's gonna top her just yet, but she's up there.
Okay. All right, Theo.
I'd agree. I mean, if you want to be technical and say overall, you could probably argue Elaine because of the double. But I have to give Shelley because she got the 2 golds and the silver and the bronze. She got the bronze when not many were expecting her to do anything, because remember she was battling a lot of issues, before the Rio Olympics. She was dealing with the toe issue and some other stuff leading up. Even like her times a few weeks before, she was struggling to break 11. But we know Shelly-Ann to be a gamer, and she was able to get to the finals and left with a medal. So if you look at it as just it's just a bronze, then you can probably try to argue someone else. But then when you put in the what you call that, when you put context to it, you're like, you know what? She got the bronze when many weren't expecting her to get anything because of the injuries. So you have to tip your hat to her and call her the gold when it comes out to 100 meter sprinting for sure.
I think I didn't say why, but I think let me tell you why. If you're looking even at medal tables, right? I think the silver and the bronze add to the tally. but it doesn't add to the quality. Because, for example, if you had 4 silvers and someone else had 2 gold, the person with the 2 gold, I would consider them greater than you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking even at the medal table, the person with the 2 gold would be in first and you would be in
Yeah.
second.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
gold is worth more than silver.
Yeah.
So I
Yep.
think because
Yep.
she won the 2 gold and then
Mhm.
she had the other two, she had the count. She had the medal count. She had
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
consistency over 5 Olympics, right?
Yeah.
So I think that those things, the longevity, the
Yeah.
consistency being in the medal in every Olympics except this one,
Yep.
Yeah.
winning the back-to-back goal, that is even key also. Back-to-back goal is key because I think only Gail Levers won back-to-back goal, Shelley won back-to-back goal, and I think Elaine won back-to-back goal. I'm not
Elaine.
sure nobody
Yeah.
else has won back-to-back goal. If
No.
I'm mistaken, I don't think anybody else has won
Not
back-to-back
not in,
goal
not in the 100.
in the 100 meter, and Elaine is the only person to do the double.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's when you consider the type of achievements that each of them have achieved. Even Alyssa Felix, with
Yeah.
Alyssa Felix being in the 200, being in the 400, when you consider what these 3 ladies have done in track and field in the Olympics, you just can't look past them in terms of who you would rank. I think people could say Flojo, given that Flojo has the times. I think she ran a world record in the Olympics, if I'm not mistaken. I think the world record was in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And she has the gold medal in both those races. But I
Mm.
think because she only has 1 gold medal, I think in the 100 in the Olympics and 1 in the 200 in the Olympics, these ladies have passed her or surpassed her in that
Yeah.
aspect. So in that sense,
Yeah.
I would rank her in the top 3. You could argue, I think Elaine is one because the double double, you can't go around it.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever done it. The
If we
double,
zooming out is a lane. Double. No woman
No,
has
for
ever done
me, but
that.
as I say, for me, Elaine is number. This is such a hard thing to say. She's so disappointing. But for me, she's number one for me overall because she has done what nobody else has done. And the thing is, she was capable of doing the triple. But anyways, I'm not getting into that part. But for me, she's number. If I was supposed to go, if I was just talking about Shelly,
Mm-hmm.
just
yeah,
in
man.
her zone by herself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's a go by herself. We're not comparing her to anybody else. Just Shelly in Shelly's box. She's great. But for me, if I was supposed to compare, I say, all right, I'm going to put them, tally them. Elaine would get it for
Yeah.
Yeah,
me.
it was double, definitely.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
double
All right.
double, and just the fact that had she made smarter decisions, she would have been a legend.
That's
What
another
She's still
episode
a
for
a
legend.
true.
legend.
Yeah,
But
that's that.
she's a gold star.
Yeah,
Or a
She was
legendary
definitely
status.
is.
that's
Yeah,
a
But
whole
she
that's a
and
whole
both would she
soul.
and both would be in a different class by
can I tell you, like,
themselves.
I don't understand. Maybe me just love money because for me, I don't care how much money Fernando is asking me for. The mere fact that if I can do this triple, maybe who knows,
But
maybe she want to do it. But looking at where he brought her to, there was a great chance of her getting that triple. Now, if
Trying
Fernando
to
is
bring her
asking
to
me
the
for $1 billion,
brink.
sorry, somebody saying something.
Brought her to the brink of the world
So the
record.
brick, that's what I'm saying, at the
And
highest.
she just
Now,
walk away.
yes,
That's it.
if Fernando was asking me for $50 million, I would give him 60 because after I triple that, listen, Bolt lost a 1 point something $billion and he has not lost any weight. If I lose $5,000, I may just go into depression right
Yep.
here. So if you have this man losing 1 point something billion and he's okay, he's laughing, he's partying, still wanting money, but he's still living. This is where you could be. So if somebody asking you for a certain amount of money, I'm paying it because
Pride
then
is the devil.
you can bring me to you're gonna take me somewhere where the chances of anybody else tripling are very slim. It's not impossible, but it's not something easy to do with injuries and all those things. It's hard for them to double
and
up
and the
or
4 year
triple.
cycle. The 4 year
Yeah.
Sorry?
cycle is a killer.
4 year
And
cycle.
The 4 year
exactly,
cycle is a
Yeah,
killer,
because
man.
next Olympics is going to be what, 36? Like I get that
it's
Shelly Ann
done.
has
It's
I
done.
get Shelly Ann has broken the mold on the men's side, Justin has broken the mold, but after your early 30s, you usually just
No.
gone.
Yeah.
Look at Hansel. I think Hansel has peaked. There's nothing wrong with him
Ansel at
physically. He said he feels
34.
fine.
And that's 24. The same
He's
30
30,
34,
Olympics.
yeah, but I
yeah.
think it's just age. because
Yeah.
he said even him, you can tell he's not sure what's happening because he feels fine. But Bolt said it. You can feel when your body is not your mind is there, but you can't get your body to meet your mind where it's
But you
at.
know, and Hansel has been injured prone his whole career, so
Yeah.
at
Right.
this
So
stage
he
right
got
now,
But
he has to in the
yo,
Maritime.
we never see a man so salty yet, brother.
right
The man salt and lucky at the same time. Because
at
the
the
Yeah,
man never
same
because
time.
and
that Tokyo goal, them don't know him get in, but we not complain. We not complain.
all right,
I don't
so
think him going get it.
all right, so the last thing I want to ask you guys, and
Mhm.
obviously time ago, so we can keep it short, right? So I want to know what you think or what was your best event of the Olympics and your most disappointing event of the Olympics,
Easy, easy.
and why? And I'll start with you, CC. Go ahead.
That easy to me. My most disappointing event was the 100 meter. Most disappointed because no number one, Noah is winning that gold medal save his Olympic bacon. Because I think people not understand so Noah is outside of that 100-meter gold medal. I think the only other medal he would have had is two bronze. The bronze in Tokyo. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, the
yeah,
bronze in Tokyo, the bronze in Tokyo, and then the bronze also.
yeah. But me I said the 100 meter. Why it kind of like I think I can understand with Kishane being in first major championship. But the reason I'm disappointed is that time and again we have lost because of this dip thing here. We are because Maryland at the back to back this dip business, and I don't know if our athletes are not trained to know when to time a dip. Or, for example, Kishane was bending his head. When you bend your head, your chest is going to recoil naturally,
Yeah.
so your
It's
chest is
going
going to go back.
concave. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you have to look at those things. So no one else look like TJ and Ding Dang I'm artist. Fling your shoulder and dip because
No, brother, at
obviously
that me I tell the man them all them years, the man them they apart and a fling shoulder and you don't know for deep. How
so
go on?
because I think Noah is through his shoulder and then with the other guy named Fred Curley did a Naruto because they can't see him when him fling him toe and back and a thrust forward. So him could have even picked Kishian for the goal. So I think it was disappointing for me in the fact that you're faster than this guy. But I think Noah Lyles came out with more art than you. So I think that in and of itself gave him the goal. So it was disappointing on that part, but I think it is rewarding in the fact that Noah Lyles talk him talk and him go deliver what him to deliver in that moment.
Mhm.
Whether it want be by the ear, by the nose, by the chest, or by the torso.
How about
Yeah.
the
So that
teeth?
yeah, that was disappointing for me.
Uh-huh.
And
Your
my
best event.
my best event I think it kind of sway. The gold medal over the discus, yeah, I could say, but I think the best event for me was Let's Sile Tibogo's event.
Mm-hmm.
The 200 meter, that 200 meter run by Let's Sile Tibogo.
Saved us,
I
man.
can
Cause
say
Saved
could
us.
it's not because
Nephi
he
could have
won.
run in 19-3, you know. He
No
could have
man,
done the
I'm
19-3.
thinking it's not because of I think what he did at the end when he was saying that he lost his mother. And I think the fact that he never came out, right? I think Noah did that when he was saying he suffered from various things and he got through it and overcome and he's doing what he's doing. But I think
Yeah.
when Let's Heal won and he came and he said this one is for his mother. It's like I felt it because even though I still have my mother, but I'm telling you, like I lost my grandfather and he was like 103. So I wouldn't even expect that I should have cried, but I was crying. So I can
Mhm.
imagine the pain that you can go through losing your mom and
Mhm.
then have to come back out and doing all of this, like go through the season and
Mhm.
come here to produce against a world class field.
And
Cause
at his age too, he's
Bednarek,
21.
yeah, Bednarek, no one lies, these guys, Andre these guys aren't joke. So it's like for
Knighton,
you to
yeah.
come out 19, for you to come out and master that field and run that time, I think it was incredible. And I think it was the moment at the Olympics. And then the sound bites that he gave when he was saying that I'm not loud and arrogant. I don't think he was taking a jab. I just think that's how he was just blunt in terms of
I think he
saying
was sarcastic because let's not forget, this is the same one where they shut it down and turned to
And
Nkrumah.
call me and call him. Yep.
And so when he said, I said, wait.
Yeah,
I forget somebody, but the man that did turn and I tell him, man, say, oh,
Yep.
forward.
yeah, man.
Yep.
But I
Yep.
think
Yeah.
that is the best moment for me. I think the way in which he won, and then him just because you see when him come out, Kems, not gonna finish up. When him come out at the tunnel, he was just he was walking nonchalantly to the blocks, right?
You could have tell that was
No,
his.
jump out of the gym, and then when
No, the jumping thing. No, I didn't know it was somebody. No, till me see the camera angle.
yeah,
I was
and
like,
then
yo,
and then they
yo.
finish the race, and he was like, nonchalant again, like in the finish the race. And then Noah was on the ground gasping for air. I'm like, but by the way, I think Noah said he's cleared of COVID today. He's COVID free.
Yeah.
Just to add to the couple of days of drama, he is now COVID free. I didn't know you could get rid of COVID in such a
That
quick
quickly.
turnaround.
Well, he had COVID. Well, he had COVID for 6 days. It's not like, and unlike 2020 when everybody there struggled with COVID, we know the cure for COVID now.
Oh,
We
so
don't
I
need
guess
to have it. We don't need to have it for
But
14
but
days.
but Tebogo, yeah, salute to him. That's a great one because trust me, losing a parent isn't easy.
yeah.
It
I
isn't
think
it
that,
isn't
that that
easy.
was the moment for me.
All right, so Ryan, run it by me. Your best, and it don't all have to be Jamaica, you know. You can say somebody else, but I just want to know your best moment at the Olympic and your worst moment, or most
My
disappointing.
my best is also my worst, and
All
it's
right,
that same 100-meter because it was the
That's
most
true.
anticipated race and it delivered.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happened with finish, the race delivered. Man pull up in a 80-meter and still do
Yeah.
991.
Closest finals
991
ever.
would have won him a goal in the 90s, in the 92 Olympic.
Yeah,
Can you
that's
imagine a
true.
man pull up on the 991?
And
Yeah, so
everybody under 10 seconds, yeah.
that race delivered, regardless of what happened.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. I heard you guys talking about Kishian not dipping or whatever. There's a difference between running to the line and running through the line.
He
Kishian
was
was running to the line,
he
but
was racing the line.
He was
Yeah.
tying up, fighting to reach the line. Noah was running to the line.
Yeah.
Kishian was tying up, whereas Noah was in his top 10.
It's like
Because if you
it's
look
like
at the breakdown after
yeah.
80 meters, Noah was coming faster, finishing faster. Even
uh-huh.
though he was decelerating still, but his deceleration was more like acceleration compared to
Yeah.
everybody else.
You know, like what
So
Kishan, you know, like when you dip on the treadmill and you say, all right, boy, I want to come out, but I want to reach 10 minutes or so.
there you go.
That's what
Yeah,
happened to
man.
Kishan. Kind of like,
Yeah,
yo,
so
yeah.
there is a difference between that. But at the end of the day, the times and all of that, and how the race, it was not a blowout. So that race did deliver.
Yeah.
So for me, that was. And let me say the next thing. You see, if all of who said them injure and never injure, them play all of them can go in our movie. Because
No,
if
listen,
Shelly never injure, she decides that she go miss all of the other events. If Oblique never injure him, decides, all right, I'm gonna
tell him
miss
to just
everything
ball
else.
your head and done.
Everybody,
You are soft, just ball your head and done. If you never injure, ball your head and done, man.
yeah, man. The one of them decides, say, yo, I miss everything. So at the end of the day, as far as we know, them injure. Same thing with Noah. He missed the 4x1 because him say him injured. Him sick rather. So
I don't want to see
at the end
nobody
of the day,
around
we have to
next week.
take what them say because them never turn up for the relays and
Yeah.
them other events. So hey, but at the end of the day, for me, still it take the 100-meter.
All right, perfect. All right, Charm. Give me a different disappointment, man. Everybody disappointed. Awesome. What you, Charm?
All right. I would want to say, oh God, it's gonna be between Nugent and Price.
For most disappointing?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I really wanted to see what they could do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they both could have medaled. So I think that was very disappointing because of course Price wasn't feeling well, so she didn't even show up for the 4x4 either. So I really wanted to see because she was doing extremely well, for the entire season, I really wanted to see her out there with the big guns battling it out. And then Akira had high hopes for her. She was doing well, and I do think that if the race had gone how it was supposed to, she would have medaled. So that was disappointing for me. And the best moment, hands down, was that 200 meter when Lyles got beaten. I am so sorry. I couldn't get the noise on my head. I can't talking and the excitement and the jump up. I needed somebody to clip his wings, and it never just clipped, it cut right off. And I am so happy. It could, oh gosh.
No,
I felt like Christian got his gold medal. I felt like Sharika showed up and she delivered how I was expecting her. That's how good it felt. That was my best moment. Probably the only time I was really excited. He gave me the gold medal that
he
I missed
deserved.
out in the other events. Yeah,
No, me not lie though. If that boy never have the closing speed he did, Knight and Goodley pipping for the third, because remember, it was clearly Teboga and Kenny up front, and who won the bronze. That's why they don't their battlefield in life, because he run for the bronze. But
All right.
you know,
Take us
yeah,
home. Take us
take us
home.
home. All right. But
Moment.
to touch on the new gen point, I hope it fuels her because Masai and her are rivals on the collegiate
right.
circle. So I do hope that it fuels her for the world champs next year. For me, I'm gonna take a different route. Don't kill me. You might think I was gonna say Sydney because I'm a Kentucky sports fan. Big up Sydney, but Sydney, she's in a class by herself. We know
By
this.
herself.
I'm gonna say the women's triple jump was my best event. I was happy for Shanika, of course, but Thea Lafont, sorry, she won her country's first Olympic medal. It was a gold medal. You know, I have Dominica has a special place in my heart because I used to live there. So big up Thea. You don't know, big her up. Worst event, I'd say 400-meter hurdles. I feel for Clarky, man, because to be that good at your age and it seemed as if you were going to get third place and for you to fizzle out because that's what it is with hurdles. You'll clip a couple, but for him to end up not finishing the race when he was in pole position to be on that podium with all those great hurdlers, Rye, Allison and Karsten. I do feel for him, especially when I realize how young he was. He's a few days younger than my baby brother. So I'd say that's my worst one from that point of view because feel for the kid. Felt like he could have done something special at his age. But so yeah, I'd say those are my best and worst events for sure.
Perfect. So just to wrap it up, right? So just to say a little thing about Shanika. So this is our third Olympics.
Yeah.
The first one she come 10th. The last one she come 4th, and now she come 2nd. So that's definitely progression. But people, I'm a big
Hold on,
time.
come again. Start again.
Huh?
The first one who come 10?
First one she come 10th. Shanika. Shanika.
Oh, Shanika. Oh, Shanika.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name was Thomas at that point. She never married yet. So probably
the marriage no fuel her, man.
the marriage of her husband or coach. Right?
So it was Olympics she came 14.
Yeah, so
Boy,
10.
Elaine
Someone have it in my mind
husband.
there's a world champ.
Oh God,
Okay.
Elaine. So Elaine couldn't find a good man.
No.
Sorry.
Listen, check this out, man. Definitely great discussion. We'll have to go do this again at some point. But definitely thank you for everybody who was here, who was watching. Like, subscribe, and share. People no more crying. It done gone. We can move forward. World champs next year in Tokyo, and then Olympics 2028 in
LA.
Yeah, go there, Kems.
naturally have to.
Yeah.
Start
I'm
already.
gonna be at that Olympics too.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
I will be there too, man.
Can't there US I'm gonna do that.
Can't there US and no go deso?
Yeah.
No,
I
so
don't want
man,
this to.
All
That one
for me,
is
yeah,
too
lash me did it.
ambassador for.
brother, if I even outside me there.
All for me, yeah, lash me did it. Remember me tell you.
Yo, ever got one game like you got one meet and you watch in a one sports bar on the flat screen. So even if it's in the sports bar on the flat screen, nobody can say nothing because I watch
In a LA though, in a
in a
LA.
In LA. Oh
LA,
yeah.
in a sports bar. Yeah.
Hey, listen, Charms, Ryan, TOCC, big up, we'll link, we'll talk. Have a good
Yeah,
night.
man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
too.
Bye.
Bless up.
Good night.